Good afternoon, all of you. In the last class, we had discussed about the nutrition that are important for the pregnant woman and the lactating mother. So, moving to the same topic, extension of the same. Today, we'll be discussing about a healthy child. How would you identify a healthy child? So now, you as a teacher can identify a healthy child and a non-healthy child. Now you can, as a teacher, identify healthy and unhealthy child by his appearance, about the by his appetite, and how active the child is. Appearance is by looking at him, you can make out that whether the child is healthy or not, whether he is physically fit enough or not. Then about his appetite. Appetite means bhook lagna. How much eat and does he eat? How much does he feel like eating? That's also very important. And how much the child is active. An active child is a healthy child. A healthy child has appropriate weight and height. So what happens when a child is healthy? He will be definitely having the appropriate height and weight, has shiny clean hair and clean complexion. Now we are talking about clean complexion. Clean complexion doesn't mean being fair or not being fair. It means clean. Shine should be there. There should not be spots on the face or any wrinkles on the face or any marks on the face which show that he's having some a skin related issue or any other issue related to his health. The child's is clean and bright and clear eyes, has a good posture, bone structure, like some children walking stiffly, some children running properly, some children do not walk properly, some children do not run properly, so that is also a problem. Now the child's ear and nose will be free signs of infections, and his teeth will be clean without any cavities. Now health also includes the teeth, teeth part. Why? Because if the child is having cavity, that's also a health issue. An unhealthy child, on the other hand, will be very thin. The child is lethargic, has poor muscle coordination, poor posture, and tires easily. The child is unclean and has dirty hair continuously and keeps squinting to keep his eyes crossed. Now, what happens? If a child is not healthy, he will be lean and thin. He will not be physically fit. He will not be that active. His eye, he will have a red eyes, running nose, all these features he will have. Continuously, he will be, feeling lethargic. He will not feel active like the physically fit one. The child will have rashes, bruises, and unusual scars or injuries on his face, inside his mouth, or having cavities. That is also a sign of unhealthy child. Now, the child's skin will be cold and plain, and so do pale? It looks like yellowish, so that means he's not healthy. A healthy child enjoys eating food, ready to experiment a wide variety of foods, and consumes appropriate amount of food in the mealtime. What happens if the child is healthy? Obviously, he will enjoy each type of food. He will like to eat the food. An unhealthy child is fussy about food and shows no desire to eat. He eats very slowly. Healthy children are active and learn to play, run, and jump around. The slow, appropriate, fine, and gross motor development are generally curious about everything that is happening around them. So, what happens? A healthy child is always conscious and happy, and he is very sincere about the things happening around him. Now, unhealthy children. Unhealthy children are physically less active. I already told you. They show a lack of coordination and concentration, and they have inappropriate fine motor skills. Now, what are fine motor skills? The uses of fingers, gripping, all that is not very proper in the unhealthy children. Unhealthy children are very lazy and they have no interest in play and any other activity. Obviously, if the child will not be physically fit, he will not like to play and he will not like to do any other activity. It's very common. Now, health is closely associated to what we eat. It's very, very important. It is important to understand the different food groups and their nutritional value. I've already discussed about the different nutritional food that a pregnant women takes, that a lactating mother takes. So same types of food has to be taken by the child also. When we talk about food groups, we think about food pyramid. Have you seen a food pyramid? To help, when I'll be sharing you the material, you can see on the plate there are four things: fruits, grains, vegetable, and protein. So all the ingredients have an integral part to play in the health of any human being. Plate graphics are there for vegetables, fruits, grains, and foods that are high in protein, as well as there should be 1 cup of dairy. So in the food chart that I'll be sharing with you, you can see this picture is already associated. Now there are 4 contents on that picture. That's fruits, grains, vegetables, protein, and a glass of dairy. So each element has got an important nutritional value. Now there are 5 food groups. One is vegetable. The vegetables come from different parts of plant, including the leaf, roots, tubers, flowers, stems, seeds, and shoots. Some vegetables like tomato and pumpkin are the fruit of the plant, but are included in this group because they are used as vegetables. Now, what is happening? The thing is that vegetables come from different parts of the plants. The vegetables are eating in the immature form as green peas and beans. So different vegetables are consumed in different forms. Some are consumed directly as the leaves. Some are consumed, legumes are consumed. That is also a part of the plant family. So different types of vegetables are there. Vegetables and legumes are very good source of vitamin, minerals, dietary fiber, and carbohydrate. Capsicum, broccoli, and cauliflower, cabbage, and tomatoes are high in vitamin C. Dark green and orange vegetables like spinach, broccoli, carrots, and pumpkin, they are high in vitamin A. Green vegetables like dried peas, beans, lentils are good source of folate. Most vegetables are good source of many vitamins. So vegetables you already must be aware. सब कोई बोलता है, आम बोलचाल की भाषा में हमने कई बार सुना है कि हरी सब्जियां खानी चाहिए. You must consume green vegetables. It's very good for your health. Second is fruits. It's very important to eat fruits because variety of fruits are available in India. In a country like India, we have variety of fruits. So fruit forms the flower and the contains seeds of the plant. Fruits are sweet because it contains sugar. So fruit is a very good source of vitamin, that is vitamin C. It also provides carbohydrates in particular, that is the natural sugar and fiber, especially in the edible skins. The fruits in which we consume the skin as well. Have you seen, you already aware of many fruits that we eat along with the outer skin? That's apple, guava, so many fruits are there. So they are very good in the natural sugar because they are low in fat and calories. Fruits and vegetables are a healthy snack between meals. Now, properly having the meal, we cannot have meal all the time. There has to be some fruits, some dairy products included in the meal of the child, to make him totally healthy. Coming to the next is grains. Now foods in this group come like wheat, oats, rice, whatever we eat that in the daily life, like rice, flour, different types of flour, all these are this bread, cereal foods like bread, pasta, noodles. What are these? These are all made of grains. So some food in this group may have fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Now next is protein. There's a wide variety of foods in this group. It consists of all kinds of meat, poultry, fish, eggs, nut paste such as peanut butter, legumes, and some seeds such as sunflower and sesame. आपने देखा है सरसों का जो दाना होता है जिससे तेल निकलता है, sesame seeds. So all this also includes proteins. This food is a very good source of protein, iron, and vitamin B12. Within this group, lean lead meats are particularly good source of iron and also zinc. Some people, there may be a question in your mind that some people are purely vegetarian. So how they meet how that child would meet the protein content means important in his body. So there are other resources also like iron resources, like banana is there, he can eat it, he can get that particular content. Dairy products are very important for the child in the growing years. Milk, yogurt, and firm cheeses are the three important food choices of milk. Yogurt can be on the basis of the fat content, type of sweetener, and flavorings used. Every child has got a different taste, so it can change according to the taste of the child. But milk should be fresh. Cheeses can also be used to reduce in fat. The food in this group are excellent source of calcium. Do you know dairy products? They are the excellent source of calcium. Calcium is very important for the child in the early years because it enhances the bone development and it makes the child physically fit to do the physical activities. Have you heard that physical activities are very important during the early years? I'm very sure that all of you must have done a lot of physical activities when you were attending school. Now, outdoor safety of children. There's another topic in that. The safety of the children at preschool is very important. It's the same topic. So, in outdoor safety and indoor safety is also a part of this slide I'll be discussing with you. So, it's very important. Our goal is to have fun, enriching, and safe environments where parents feel confident that all possible measures have been taken to ensure cooperative preschool will be wonderful experience for them and their children. Preschoolers are spring-loaded with energy. At this age, they love to run around outdoors, climb things, crawl under the things, ride on the things. So the good news is that you can teach preschoolers more about safety than you can teach the younger children. So it's very important for each child to understand the importance of outdoor and indoor safety. Now, we talk about outdoor safety. The class teacher should be present, arrival and departure time. The class teacher should be present, and the now you would be upcoming class teachers of some class, so would like to tell you that the class teacher should be present at the time when the child is coming in, and she should escort the child to the classroom. That means you should take the child along with you to the classroom to make him feel more comfortable and cozy. And then you should ensure that each child is handed back to their parents at the time of departure. Second is playground. The chance of a playground injury is greater for a preschool than a school age children, because they run a lot, they like to, hop a lot, cycle a lot. So in all these situations where they are doing outdoor play, there are chances of children falling down. So falls are most common injury. The safest equipment for children from 3 to 5 years is not more than 1.5 meters in height. So if anything, it should not be 1.5 meter से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. ठीक है. Look for the spaces. Give the child room to run, cartwheel, jump and climb, but always be conscious about what the child is doing. Things with wheels. Wheels can be tricky to master, but these tips can help you avoid the bumps and bruises in the child. Lot of practice in the safe area to build up the child confidence, such as backyard or park, so that they can, how you have to exactly what the backyard or a park means here. You have to ensure that the child is using these wheels equipment at a safe place. Well-fitting protective gear like bikes and all are there. Then it should be there should be no risk of any serious injury. That has to be kept in mind. Now, water. Preschoolers love water. Playing it, rolling it, scooping it. Always stay with children when they are near water. Suppose there is a swimming pool activity, there is a pool activity. The class teacher is always advised to be near the child when the child is participating in any water play, because water in itself is a very dangerous thing. So you have to be very conscious. Now, indoor safety. All any adult must escort the child to the classroom, because on the way of the class he may fall down. Activities in the kitchen and tools wherein the children are using small things should be very keenly supervised, because we have observed, in fact you people also must have observed, small children take things in their mouth that can be swallowed and it can be very hazardous. Hot liquids such as coffee and tea should not be allowed in the classroom. All materials used by children according to the age and degree of risk. Every toy which is fit for a K2 children cannot be fit for a PG child. All clean supplies and other hazardous material must be kept locked in the cupboard. Each work or play area to be evaluated as the safe limits of occupation. An appropriate number of children to be allowed in that area. Now, suppose there is a play area which is meant for 4 children, so only the teacher is allowed to send 4 children at a time, so that the risk of quarrel and all that chaos is not there. Now, running indoors is not safe. Allow walking to prevent falls and collisions. Running inside the school is never desirable, and it should be strictly prohibited in the classroom also, because if the child runs here and there, there are possibilities of the child falling down. All tools and materials must be put away after use, so that others will not trip or have to work in a messy place. You have to clean the place after your children have played. Only items designed for playing catch may be thrown. Children must be taught to show their friend is expecting a play catch before throwing the object. Now, if you are playing a throw catch game, then you have to ensure that both the children are understanding that the one person is going to throw and the other is ought to catch it. Clean paper towels and tissues are always advisable. You have to make sure that your nannies are using the clean tissue. Children must wash their hands before playing with toys, before eating their meal, after toileting, and after their snacks. That's very common. Soap and running water should be readily available. Precautions must be taken to avoid insects and rodents. Insect biting and rodent biting is a very hazard for the. It can be very hazardous for the child. Right now we are staying in an era wherein mosquitoes are also spreading a lot of diseases, so it should be avoided. Rooms must be kept clear of clutter and cleaned before each session. The classroom should be perfectly clean. Floors must be swept daily. It should be cleaned daily, and you have to make sure that it is wiped off before the children come to the class. General cleaning of room and toys must be done once in a month. That is, washing of the things should be maintained in once in a month. Toys and other objects that have been in the child's mouth must be placed in the mouth bucket, and that should be cleaned with a proper solution and then air dried. Suppose children who habit of taking the particles of the play items in their mouth, then the class teacher has to make sure that which particular item has been taken in the mouth by the child, and you have to make sure that it has to be cleaned with the right kind of detergent. Again, it has to be air dried and kept back. And all the child who or becomes ill must be removed from the classroom and to be sent to the separate area. So all this has to be kept in mind. So I have discussed about three things: about the healthy child, unhealthy child, how would you recognize, about the outdoor safety, and about the indoor safety. So with this I've explained about few points. Now we'll be proceeding to the next. Now the next topic is that disease prevention. Okay, so there are diseases also occurring all over the world. So how would you prevent those diseases, the occurrence and the risk factors? So in the next coming slide I'll be discussing about that.